Hello again everybody and welcome back one last time to Not-so-Newbee Rumble 17, today with the Battle Royale. I've went ahead and already set up all 26 teams with all respective vehicles. All fleets have their sideways distance set to 100 meters, so just so we don't have to wait as long here and so that spawning isn't as difficult. And honestly, I think I'll up the distance to 3000 meters just so we get no collisions on spawn. I'll disable maximum distance as well, I think. And yeah, let's just jump into this. See how many seconds it takes for one frame to load. I have indeed clicked it. We are waiting. Now, let it just load everything in real quick. I've unpaused the game, by the way. Oh. I see vehicles. I don't see vehicles colliding. We're off to a great start with this setup. The speakers are kind of above other fleets, but they're not crashing into them, so I think it's fine, honestly. So, where's the start here? Okay, we've got all the fleets over here. I think this is where we start as well. Yes, over here with the Aquamarine, Emerald and Ruby from Creator of Some. Of course, Govi's fleet with the very remarkable or memorable bow shape. We've got the Mega Cram, which is going to one-shot like 1 or 2 enemies in this, I think, and then die. Of course, the fleet from Gmodism, the Reed class, the Frogs, the Speakers. We've got the Snakes here with the Anaconda. Oh, hello, Artemis. And so on. The Alkonost, which might honestly just run out of materials as it does. We've got Bartini's Carrier with the funny little miniatures. We have the Brick Walls, now closer together than ever. The Brockdorf, for whatever that's gonna do. The Charon. The CL Blazing Barrage. The Fire Cup, winner of round 2. We've got the Immortal V1, which has not been that immortal, but maybe its pack can prove successful in this format. We've got the Insanity, which can pump out some DPM here, hopefully. The winner of round 1, of course, the Kotomak. We have the Loafer, which has a bit of a problem with shooting itself, but other than that, it's a nice thing. We've got the Mace class. We have the Macmel, which looks magnificent, of course, as it does. We have the Launch Pad. Yeah. We have Desibagel's Double Hubble. We have the Solar Flare. Hey, this one actually has its name on it. That makes it easier. The Squirrel Carrier with its 2 rocket jets or missile jets. We've got the Contraption. And we have the Void. That is, I think, the entire very, very big ring we've got here. I'll try to get the entire ring onto an image, but actually maybe I can edit all the team logos out with some AI help. So this is fine. And now let's dive into the Battle Royale slideshow. See what happens. Oh. Let's head for the speakers first. Oh wait, that pack went somewhere. It didn't do anything, I don't think. Is there any noticeable damage? The flavor plane, I think, kind of just collided with something. Not sure what it's doing there. There's some cram volleys from the brick walls. And yes, it's going to continue being a slideshow like this. I don't think that's going to get any better until we're like very far in. The Broktov's starting to set sail somewhere. I don't know where exactly. Seems to have some hatred for the Blazing Barrage though. Gee, I wonder. Fire Cup is running in with its flamers not going actually. I expect them to fire at this range. Just don't know what's up with that. I also don't have any mods loaded, so it can't be that. Maybe it's just the fact that there's too much going on. Oh, the Charon has lost an entire turret already. That is very unfortunate. I should stop flying around so much, we don't see anything anyways. I'll just... I mean, I would glue myself to the Brockdorf, but that would be just bias. So let's stick with something more interesting instead. The Fire Cup. Let's see how it does. Seeing as it was the winner of this round. It's kind of a hole on the side here. Oh, hello, Crazy Kid. But other than that, I think this is ramming damage actually. Does that lead all the way in? It does expose the jets here. Just barely. But I'm sure it's not gonna be that big a weakness. Okay, now the turrets are turning, so the Fire Cup clearly has locked in now. Looking at the health scores, we see the Gremlin from Scovy's fleet is taking some big damage. One of the Wasps has DQ'd on Bartini's carrier, probably died to collision damage as they tend to do. The Viper has taken a big hit. And the Charon down to 94, of course. We've seen already it lost one turret. So that's how that went down. One of the Reed class CLs actually took a decent beating as well. I think the Fire Cup isn't gonna do much here for a moment. Let's look at the... Okay, Brockdorf's still whole. But I'm looking for the Kotelmak here. Where's the big thing? That's the solar flare. There's the Kotelmak. Basically unharmed. Let's see how it does here. At least its guns are working, so that's a good start. Now, while we wait for the slideshow to progress, might as well talk about a bit of IRL stuff again. I don't know if anybody remembers my little rant about my feet hurting after just a 7-kilometer walk when I needed to be walking like 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers a day for my vacation in August. But fortunately that issue has more or less resolved by itself. It must have actually just been connected to my illness. At least this Saturday, so just yesterday, I went with that friend I am going on vacation with and actually walked 20 kilometers. My feet don't hurt at all. My legs don't hurt. Absolutely nothing. So that's quite nice. My body is more durable than I would have expected it to be. And yeah, the walk was quite fun as well. It's been quite an interesting little hike we've had. Started off with just randomly finding 20 euros just lying on the side of the road. That was a great start to the walk. Which we put to use those 20 euros and bought ourselves some nice breakfast on the way. While that was going on, we actually... just before we went and got breakfast, we actually ran across, what was that bird called? A peacock, which those don't live here. I don't know where that peacock came from. It just randomly walked across the road. Must have escaped from a farm or something. Also, I think I shouldn't stay around near this ship anymore. It's collisions slow the game down even more. Let's just go somewhere else real quick. Also, double Hubble doing in the middle of the whole situation. Yeah, we're almost at seconds per frame. It's actually slowing down that much. But it's looking like it's doing fine. BRM just joined. So let's take a look at the solar flare, which is being lit up like a Christmas tree here. Oh, also, I need to point this out. The contraption still has its guns. The guns haven't exploded yet. Watch them explode in a few seconds. Oh yeah, that reminds me, actually, just before my friend and I ran across that peacock, we actually were talking about encountering animals in places where you don't expect them, because just a few days ago I came across a hare in the middle of town. He mentioned almost running over a hare with his car in the town after driving through open fields and forests for hours. Of course, the hare appears in town after all that. And yet, just after talking about that, the peacock showed up. So, tournament hosts curse, it just carries over to IRL too. Now, what are you three doing here? They've become one. That is unfortunate. And I think actually the salamander is reversing to get away from them. From the depths AI actually avoiding a collision for once. Or one of them is trying to, at least. Credit where credit is due. How's this end of the game looking? Got one reed class here which has lost its bow, probably been rammed or something. Or rammed somebody else. Is the speaker just in the water? Don't think that's good for the electronics in there. Should pick that up maybe. Dry it out and rise. There's another speaker here. Oops. The blazing barrage is... I mean, the front turret has lost a lot of barrel length, but the shells are slow, it doesn't need a lot of barrel. What is a bit more concerning is the missing stern. I know for a fact there was a stern back here. This isn't supposed to be open. Alas, it is gone. The Charon, with its missing front turret, still kicking. And we've got the Immortal here, which is doing fairly well, I think, looking at it right now. The Insanity rammed something, I think. And that's why its bow is gone. Actually, it's been rammed as well, though. Its stern is also gone. So the Insanity just got front and back action. Leave some for the rest of those ships. Oh no, the solar flare is pushing itself under. It's lost all turrets. Is it despawn? I think the solar flare is despawning. Yes, it is. So the solar flare might just be the first full big vehicle that's going down. I'm not sure because really I can't keep track of all the vehicles in this here. That would be a bit difficult to do. I think the Brockdorf is somewhere in that mix here. Yeah, it is. Okay, so the Brockdorf rammed something as well. It dodged that cram shell. That's kinda neat. And is it about to ram the... Yes, yes, yes it is. It's about to ram into the Mace class. Yes, collision avoidance. And there it goes. Well, Brockdorf being the bigger ship has a bit of an advantage in this ram, but I don't think it's that big of an advantage because it isn't that heavy. Nice stiff flag into the superstructure. Oh, it disintegrated a lot of the barrel there. Yeah, it's just looking unhealthy. Brockdorf's getting its whole side torn open from this, I think, because it doesn't have a lot of side armor to begin with. And I mean, the Mace class isn't heavy either with this. It's lost both gun barrels. The Brockdorf, I mean, this turret's dead, probably. The back one is still fine, though, somehow. Look, it's a Koto Mach, which has in fact fully disintegrated its bow. But it still has functional guns. That's all that matters. Now, how long has this video been going for? Let me just check. We're at 18 minutes of recording time. Of course, I've gone through all the vehicles first, so let's say like 15 minutes of battle time. Not even 2 minutes have passed. We are really enjoying a slideshow here. At this point, I think you could replicate this in PowerPoint. What's the Kotomak aiming? Why is it twitching around so much? Has it lost detection? No, it hasn't. There is detection here. I see the radars. It just doesn't know what to shoot. Let us go for a little quest to find the balloon frog, actually. Although, wait, is that the Mega Kramus? It is. That's even funnier to watch. Let's go. Like, no. I lost the cram. Sad. Oh, there it is, I think. What is this thing aiming at? What are you aiming at, my friend? Oh, I think that's the... That is the blazing mirage that that shot was aimed at. Don't think it did much, but... Funny either way. And here is the Mega Kramus, still going strong. It's taking a few hits, but I think if the gun is mostly fine, then we're gonna see some hits from this still. Some devastating ones. I'll try to get a good lock on to the next shell, see what it hits and how hard it hits. Because it's gotta hit something at some point, right? Maybe it kills the Neofrogger over there. Although that would intercept it with the P-Wiz. The Alkanost is almost out of materials. It lives up to its usual behavior. Let's call it that. The Blazing Barrage is actually pretty damaged. It's down to 66%. Not quite sure why that is, but I guess people just like targeting it because it has a lot of firepower. Hold it. Now let me lock onto this. Yes, please. And here she goes. The Unstoppable Force. It's kind of going for a turret. It went through the turret. The turret cap at that. But that turret is already dead. The gunbirds are just little tiny noodles. Look at the contraption go. It still has its gun. Both guns. Kind of. This is crazy. The Mega Kramus has gained some DQ points somewhere, but we'll just let that pass. We shall not let us be blinded by DQ points. This is the superior vehicle. This is a Mega Marauder. Will it land its next shot as well? That is some good question. Or will its next shot actually arm, perhaps? The Blazing Barrage is not the best target to arm shots, because it just has very little armor apart from around the important parts. Still, it's getting kind of crippled. It's right over there, that husk we see, that's the Blazing Barrage. And yeah, this shot is aimed at the Blazing Barrage again. Oh no. Where's the cram shell? There it is. Does it overpen the Blazing Barrage? It does not. It actually arms. Completely kills this turret, I guess. Yeah, that thing's gone. I was thinking it might overpen and actually hit the brick wall and arm on it. Well, let's go look for another interesting little subject. Maybe the little drone from the Reed class fleet. See how well it does here. Not a big cram cannon, of course. Also, the fire cup's down to under 80%. Let's see where. Maybe you should look at where it is at in a minute here. Oh, never mind. I can see it. I can see the stream of fire very clearly. I'm not sure what the bomber's aiming for. Let's take a look at the fire cup, see what damage it has sustained. Clearly the flamers are still fine, because they're going. We know there's been a decent hit to the side here, which someone actually sniped the jet engine through. This part is actually missing now. There is another hole, which doesn't really lead anywhere though, so that's not a troubling little area here. What's this? Is this leading anywhere? No, not really. The frontal armor, of course, will hold for a while still. And this side armor here is also holding up. Better than the other side, I dare say. Nobody tried to punch through the back yet. At least not successfully. And look at that, it's trying to chase down the speakers. The fire cup knows what is most dangerous to it. Let's actually head over to the blazing barrage because it's actually almost despawning at this point. It's down to 46.4. $44.9. The blazing barrage is going to despawn now. Its fate has been sealed. The Mega Kramus has taken some damage while we weren't looking. Its barrel is a lot shorter now. But please tell me it doesn't waste another shot on the dying blazing barrage. What are you? Are you the flamer plane? You are the flamer plane. The Froggle team is still doing quite well looking at the health we can see. So that's cool. And look at that, the Mega Kramus is pivoting its gun somewhere else. As the blazing barrage is indeed despawning now. And it's firing its shot. Oh god, what is that aimed at? What are you aiming at? Good sir. Is that aimed for the fire carp or is that aimed for that speaker up there? It's hitting neither, but... I must have been aimed for the fire carp. Which actually has gotten the chance to get revenge on one of the speakers here. Wonder if the fire carp's gonna be the next one to be targeted by everyone. Now that the blazing barrage is gone. Certainly taking some fire here. fun thing actually also about REL stuff for me, I actually passed with quite good grades my period of school which I had. Now it's back to just working, which, I mean, it's more work and more effort to be put in compared to just going to that school, but honestly I like working more still. It's just more interesting, even now with going to the finance department of my workplace. It's still probably going to be interesting, even if it's very repetitive probably and lots of numbers. Who knows, maybe I can even just do something with Excel for them. I do like doing that after all. Also, the Alkanost is out of materials, it's now getting cooked. In case it wasn't dead yet, it is getting killed. I think that explosion was actually another one of the Mega Kramus shells. How's the Brogdorf doing? Oh, it's somewhere over here with... still running propulsion? On 2 out of 4 propellers. It still has a functioning main gun. 3 in fact. Which by Brogdorf standards, this far into the battle is bad, is pretty good. Not bad at all. The Kotomak, of course, just sitting here and twitching its guns. See what it decides to fire on and if it actually hits. The detection is now kinda gone. And actually the AA gun back here is apparently cooked. Oh no, that's the C-Wiz gun, but the AA gun back here is just missing entirely, so... Kotomak definitely has seen better days here. I wonder, will it even fire? Oh, it did. It just fired 1 shell there. Let's see if the back turrets go as well. They should, by all
I think
means.
it looks like an ammo. There's an ammo rack in the front and an ammo rack in the back of that thing. There's a hole where the back ammo rack is, and the front is missing.
Oh, it might mean the Kotomak may just be completely out of ammo.
Oh, okay. No, the back ammo rack's intact, at the very least.
I mean, that's something then. Look at that, the contraption still is going with its guns intact. It's never kept its guns for that long, honestly, I don't think. What is this? This is one of the Aquamarine gang. Yeah, that's the Ruby. The Reed class carrier, which is still fairly intact, I guess. There's some holes back here, but nothing big. The Mega Kramus is down to 82%, looking at the health scores. But yeah, also we've got the Void here, which lost one of its front guns, but its main turret here is still going. And apparently it's going for the fire carp. Oh no, it's kind of just going for the water. Or the brick wall over there, that's also an option. The bomber's still flying around. As is the frog balloon, actually. Nobody shot it down yet. Kinda cool, that. Let's follow the fire car for a second here. Because it seems to be getting a lot of attention. Some blocks falling off all over the place. Man, I'm tired somehow. Not sure why, actually. Well, I guess I could kind of guess why I am tired. It's been quite warm here yesterday, and my room being right under the roof, it's more like a sauna around this time of the year. So I didn't get that much sleep in the end, I guess, or not very good sleep at least. Sleeping with a window open is also not that great of an idea, because it just opens up all the flies and mosquitoes and whatnot to come in. And they take that invitation. They swarm this room. My window is unfortunately also facing the same direction where the former cow sheds were and whatever else. The barn. Our neighbor's farm was where there's also a lot of cows. So, yeah, plenty of flies in the area. Now, the Firecraft actually has its front armor sort of breached, I think, somewhere. Yeah, we can see the rotating part of its turret here. And the back is getting pummeled as well. I can actually see some pipes here, but that's not too bad yet. One jet engine is disabled. I think that might have been... Oh no, the damage isn't big enough. Thought that was a big mega cram. And no, that's just a brick wall shooting. Speaking of the mega cram though, let's take a look at the mega crammers again. Where is it at? That's the Brokdorf, and that behind it is the Anaconda. Not sure what they're up to. Gonna go on this little side quest over there. Here's the Immortal, which... I mean, that's an engine. The pack is still down here though. And is that the Mega Kramus? It is the Mega Kramus. Where's your turret, mister? How are you not dead? Oh. Well. The Mega Kramus ain't firing any shots anymore. The Flamer plane finally dies a peaceful death. And the Charon is still going here. With one turret. It's lost that one turret, but it hasn't taken much damage since. It's lost that turret quite early as well. The Mac Mel is actually pretty healthy still as well. in the 1v1 battles it hasn't done very well, but here it's actually pretty well, doing pretty well. Don't know how exactly, but it is, and that is nice. That was not a hit on the immortal here. Some fire. Joe? The cost is still looking pretty fine. Also the fire cup is despawning, something got it. Yeah, the lines are really starting to thin out now after 7 minutes of in-game time. The loafer has rolled over. This brick wall, I'm not sure how it's holding together, but it just is. Absolute unit. Oh look, it's the Arcanost. The Arcanost, which is also still alive somehow. At 61% only though. The Salamander here is still pushing along. What is it aiming for? Is it aiming for... Oh, it's aiming for the void. Was. Not sure if we are going to continue running this battle past the 10-minute mark, because frankly we're already at 42 minutes now for the video length. Roundabout. I really don't think we let this run for any longer than need be. Also because doing this makes my PC heat up my room even more. And I really don't need that. Oh, the Kotomak actually fired right there. It's going for the immortal. And ripped out a decent chunk of armor. But its fire rate definitely has slowed, so that missing ammo depot on the front is coming in here. It actually lost one of its turrets on the front to something. Well, the bomber also sends a shot towards the immortal. Not that big a blast, but the angle from above makes it pretty potent. Another Kotomak shot, which looks like it actually penetrated and did a decent job at exploding in the middle of the ship. But I'm not sure it did that much either. Yeah, no. Are there any fun vehicles we should be watching here? Also, let's go with the Firebrand just for its meme turret. It's got 1 cram left on the back. Which it is pointing in the rough direction of the immortal. Look at that, the brick wall's getting close and personal. It wants some of that. Although I'm not sure the brick wall's going to survive this encounter either. It's at 55% health. Only needs to take 10% damage, and that happens quite fast. Oh no, it's pushing itself under now. It is taking the immortal with it, but it is diving. And actually I think it's not even gonna manage to take the immortal down with it, it's just submerged under it. Another hit on the immortal from... Really, it's just getting shot from all directions now. That's a Kotomak shell. And the brick wall's dead because it went underwater for too long. So it DQ'd itself. Let's see if anybody's hitting the Kotomak here. Doesn't really look like it. The Kotomak's been mostly chilling in this very exact spot here for quite a while now. It's turrets. Looks like it's going for the Anaconda next. Which reappeared out of nowhere with 98.2% health still intact. That's quite decent this late in. But that isn't gonna last it for very long. With the Kotomak firing at it. Up there comes another shell from the Kotomak. Only takes out like... Oh, that's an AI. Shouldn't say only when it's actually hitting AIs. What's going on over here? Oh, look at that, we've got the Salamander. Still both main turrets intact? Never mind, this back one is not intact. We are approaching the last few seconds, or, well, minutes. Wait, did the Macmel die? I don't think the Macmel died, no. Just seen that now, this message is 10 minutes old, but... Let's see actually if we can find any other vehicles. The battlefield is quite stretched out at this point because I disabled the distance requirement. Somebody's launching missiles over there. Who is that? See, render distance might be quite helpful here. Okay, that's the Squirrel Carrier, and that is one of the Reed class CLs. The Neofrog was following them into the distance. And the balloon's following them as well. And then there's this very big cluster of crippled ships. Then there's a little bit of space with the Aquamarine and Ruby, I think. Yeah. Then over here we've got the... Look at that! The contraption finally lost one of its turrets. The Mace class Dreadnoughts are still going very strong. Bullying Bartini's carrier. Are the miniatures okay? No, they aren't. They definitely aren't. And there's a speaker floating around here as well. And there we go, that's time. So yeah, I think a lot of crippled survivors here. The Brockdorf actually lives still. But really to decide a winner is quite difficult in this sort of lineup. Let's just say the Froggos won, because the Froggos are fun. And yeah, with that, I shall end Not-so-Newbee Rumble 17. Next up, planning for Newbee Rumble 18 and a very long break until Newbee Rumble 18 actually starts. Until then, goodbye everyone.